Hello Simmers and some people alike. Today I am filming on my iPhone. I really was last minute. I keep forgetting to charge my Nikon battery and I lost the charger, so I decided to do it on my iPhone because I know I haven't done like a whole thing in a while, like a video, and for like newer people coming here, I want more people to see my faces. But I'm really excited for today's video. I worked on this build and it came out a lot different than I expected it. Today we are making like a grandma's house. I really like the story of the people that I made it for it, and that will be included in the video as well. I believe I recorded the whole created some video for it, so you'll see like my whole thought process while doing this whole thing. And I hope you guys enjoy the video because I know I did, and I have a exciting fresh video next time. I'm filming them on the same day, so um, also I want to mention that I did not upload on Thursday, and like I said when I started this channel, it won't, like, my schedule's not exact, so some days I'm too busy around those days because I have school and work. So I'm just trying to get stuff done in a fashionable manner that won't make me rip my hair out. So I apologize because I know I like when people have like a schedule, but if you don't mind, I I don't want to promise something because I hate like broken promises, so I don't want to promise something I can't keep. And so I try to film 2 times a week at least, but most of the time I will go for 3 times a week, and I hope that's good for you guys. But let's just go into the build. I am so happy for you guys to see this family. It really all started, like, I knew I wanted to do a granny house once the new pet came out, but then I generated this random person, and I don't know, she was giving me like vibes. I was thinking about turning her into a grandma. Well, I wanted her to be like a middle-aged woman, maybe a little younger. Um, but I had this whole storyline in my head from a while back where there's this grandma who's taking care of her grandchildren, and I thought it was perfect to turn her into a teenager. And she likes knitting and all this stuff that teenagers aren't traditionally supposed to be into. And she is just like a really cool girl. Like, she's subtly cool, and not a lot of people can see that, but the ones that do are special, I guess. But I had a lot of fun making her. I had fun making everybody in this family, and sometimes I can't even say that for some of my families because towards the end it gets boring, like decorating your Sims. But every single Sim had their own unique personality, and it was really fun doing it. All their outfit choices. Usually I get tired by the hot and cold weather, but these Sims were really fun to do it for, and I really like using those pants in the summer outfit. Um, she turns out to be like a loner. She has a yarn aspirator, or I keep saying yarn. The sewing aspir or not sewing, knitting aspiration. I forgot what the pack was about. Oh my god. But then you see, I made her grandma, and her grandma, I think, loves the color purple, like the pinky purple colors. And I feel like the grandma makes every single clothing item that runs through this house. Like, maybe she goes like shopping with the children every now and again because she wants them to feel like loved and nurtured. And sometimes some kids need, this is gonna sound bad, but I think kids like going shopping, not because like they're egotistical, but I don't know, it's like a fun little gift for them. So I feel like she does that every now and then again, but she tries to make all the clothes for her grandchildren. And especially since now she's the number one caretaker for everybody in that household. It used to just be her, but then she knew like her daughter was in a bad way, and they've been having troubles in the courts and stuff like that, and so the grandma decided to take the two children. Like I feel like it would have been a while ago. Like they've lived with their grandma for a while. There's a lot of households that are like that nowadays, and I just don't think it's that represented as much. So I'm trying to represent a few broken families. Like I came from a little bit of a broken family, but I think you come out stronger in the end, and it's not always a bad thing. Like it definitely may feel like it starts out bad, but some good things usually come out of it. But here's the little family, and then I moved them in to Brindleton Bay, and their house is so different from what I usually make. I've been really enjoying like these cape houses that I've been doing in Brindleton Bay. I think it reminds me a lot of my hometown. I'm from Massachusetts, so I think I'm a little homesick. I haven't been there for 5 years now, and it just reminds me a lot of it. And it's uniquely its own thing, and I don't know. I enjoyed it, and I feel like I don't know. I don't know how to describe this build in other words, because I was really excited to show you guys, and not all the greens match, I'll admit, but I feel like it comes together in that quirky way, and I got to use like the cylindrical porches, or not cylindrical, the round porches, and in the front there's these three windows that end up being by the door, and they keep deleting every single time I load in the game. I don't know if it's like a move objects type of situation, but I keep having trouble getting them to stay, and it's just so sad. Um, but I was using a reference photo while doing this. These are the windows I'm talking about that keep like disappearing. But I was using a reference photo. I was using it loosely because I knew I couldn't make it exactly how it was. But you'll see the window just deleted right there, like out of nowhere. I was just putting on the wallpaper. I don't know what's going on. If it's just my game glitching out, or maybe it's like a glitch throughout the whole game. But now the window's missing again, and I kept having that problem. It is uploaded with a window. You guys know what it looks like if it's not there when you download it. But I think it looks really nice. I had a lot of fun doing that outside. I think it's not really the type of outside I go with. And this is such a big lot. A lot of the houses in Brindleton Bay are really big. There's gonna be a video coming up soon. I don't know if I'm gonna post it in between now and Tuesday, or if I'm just gonna wait till Tuesday. But I'm doing every room's a different decade, and I'm doing that in Brindleton Bay as well. Um, but you won't guess the decade just yet. So, um, I'm doing it in Brindleton Bay, and it's for the Hecking household. And for them in my save, I have them with a teen daughter. I just have to re-upload their daughter because it's in one of my other saves. But I collectively use two saves just to make my master save, and some of the things I forgot to move over, because I always like, sometimes I like to start over on my saves a little bit just to see what houses were already there, just in case I didn't like a house or something like that. But it's weird. I know it is. But you'll see I'm doing the floor plan. I made sure to have a crafts room. It's a weird shape. It's that weird shape near the back door and the bottom staircase. And the rooms are kind of small compared to the rest of the house. But I did like rooms that I don't normally do. I used to do like weird, odd rooms before. And then I stopped doing it as much because I'm like, oh, people don't have those bedrooms realistically. But I think I'm going to start doing it again. I'm not going to peer pressure myself into not doing something that I like to do. But, like the younger daughter, or the younger granddaughter, she has a blue and yellow room, and it's so vibrant and so perfect. I had so much fun making her room, and all the rooms came out really nice. The grandma's was a little lackluster, but I had a lot of fun looking through all the new stuff. This is the first build that I did using Nifty knitting, so I hope you guys enjoy like this little preview. Um, there's a lot of interesting things in the pack, if I say so myself. But I was very excited to dive into this pack. I did this build, I started it a long time ago. I meant to have it out on Thursday, but I needed to take like a mental day for myself. And I mentioned it before, but sometimes I need a break, and I'm not always gonna let you guys know ahead of time that I'm not doing a video, because I aim for doing 3 videos a week, but sometimes it might just go down to me doing 2 or me doing 1 or none that week. And that's just because I don't want to stress myself into making bad quality videos. I want to give you guys the best that I can, and I want to do stuff that makes me happy. So I'm not gonna like force feed myself a video, and I hope you guys are okay with that. I know sometimes I get upset when my favorite creators haven't posted on a day where they're supposed to post, but I also understand that people have like real lives going on, and I think that's what a lot of people forget, is that um, some of the people that you watch online, like, it doesn't seem like they have real world problems, but then you're surprised when they do. And like, I've fallen victim to that so many times. I've been upset like that a creator's been off for like 3 months, but it's well deserved. Some people need that time, need time to get better, and I think a lot of people are coming to realize that. Because you see some people, they crack under that extreme amount of pressure. But the downstairs is getting to look cute. I'm gonna be honest, you saw me save, and I had to do the downstairs again on, like, starting at this point. I decorated some of the kitchen. I only did it for like 10 minutes, but I don't know what's wrong with my game, if I'm just not waiting long enough for the save or whatever, but I keep accidentally deleting like things that I've already done, and it's so upsetting because you aim for perfection, and then when that hard work is done, it's just deleted afterwards. But I always see it as a positive, because maybe there's some things you didn't realize. Like, I feel like I added a lot more clutter into the kitchen area on the counters, and I think it really made it. And I also added that toy bin in the crafts room, and I didn't think to do that the first time around. I don't think I would have if I didn't like start over. It all started because I was looking for a cereal box, because I knew there was a cereal box, or like a food box somewhere in the catalog, and I couldn't remember which pack it was from, and I could have sworn it was from either, I believe I thought it was from either Parenthood or Get Famous, and maybe another one, but I was like, I know we have a box. And I just couldn't find it. I was doing it for the longest time, but you'll see I finally get it. I'll point it out when it happens. But I'm just getting in like a few details. Like, there's a photo frame that I really enjoyed putting in. I put in like a lot of quills, probably a lot more than normal. And then I decided the living room needed a side table. I feel like it feels wrong when you don't include a side table. Not all living rooms have a side table, but I just don't feel right like doing it. And I had a lot of fun doing this build a lot. Like, the family had so much character that I feel like the build just came together itself, like, in itself. And this is definitely a house, like, I want to play in. There's a few households I want to play in after I'm done with my whole save, like, on my own time. And I just can't wait for some of them. Like, you can see right now, though. I know I'm breaking off, but you can see right now I'm looking for that cereal box. I looked like I kept going pack. I resorted going pack by pack just to find it because I wanted to put cereal on top of the fridge. And it's so ridiculous. I shouldn't have taken this long. But turns out it was in, what's it called? The camping one. The one that Granite Files came in. I know all these packs by heart, and then, like, when I'm on videos, like, I completely forget the names of it. Oh my god, I feel so embarrassed. Like, I feel like I don't know anything when I do videos, but I know, like, the catalogs at the back of my hand, and I know, like, the world names, and then, like, when it comes to thinking up the words for these videos, I'm like, I'm sorry. um, Also, I want to mention the bathrooms in this video came out really nice, and I was surprised because I sometimes I don't pay full amount of detail to the bathrooms. Just like I was saying with the kitchen, I put a lot more detail. I know a lot of simmers that I watch. They some don't do it, but a lot of them like that do like the really detailed builds. They get so much stuff on the counter, so much stuff around the room, and I don't know. Like, to me, it didn't feel like I needed to, and I don't know why. But I think I'm gonna try to do it a little more often. I just feel like not all houses are cluttered, but I know it's like a more realistic feel. It's just sometimes like when you're doing a build, you get so tired after a while, and I don't know why. But I actually had to go back. You can see I'm like all over the place this video. I had to go back and write in the description before I forgot it, and I had to see what their traits were because I was doing this over a span of a few days. It doesn't take me that long to build, but around this time, I am going to class every single day. Like, I have to go to the campus of my college, and then some days I even have to go to work afterwards. And so I just am looking for time to do all this stuff, and it's a little difficult. And by like the time that I got to do this part, I thought I was almost done with the interior, and then I realized I didn't even do the second floor. Like, I haven't finished the first floor or the second floor. So I was like, okay, I'm going to finish all this in one sitting and get it done. But here you can see I'm doing Lisa's room. She's the youngest daughter of, or why do I keep saying daughter? She's the youngest granddaughter. And I had a fun time. Like, this wallpaper, I don't know why, it reminds me of Toy Story. And I just had fun, like, making her room because she's like a, it's like a full kid's room. It's like a dream kid's room. Like, it's so ugly, but in such a good way. I had so much fun doing it. Like, all the yellows and blues. It was just so fun, like, picking that color combination. And now I realize, like, she's a soccer fan. And then, so here is the other granddaughter's room. I don't know why her name is blanking on me, but I came up with her name first. I think I came up with her name like on my own instead of. Sometimes I use the generator to figure out my Sims names because I think I get into the habit of the names I see around me are the names that, like, not that I'll name the people because then I be thinking of stuff, but I think I use commonly named names that I see around me, and I don't know if like I'm biased around them, so I like to do that generator because it gives you like more names that you don't even think about. But some names, like, they just jump at me, and I'm like, oh, their name's gonna be this. But this room took me a while to do. I had like I love this teenager. She's so fun. Her room's so fun. I feel like her grandma really cares about her and wants to give her the best life. And of course, topping off the granny's room though, I had to give her like the best, the pinkest room with a quilted blanket and curtains and everything. I got her these old lamps. I don't know. I feel like I really did a good job with this build. I even like alt place stuff onto the desk. I don't do that a lot. It just takes a long time. Like I said, it's very tedious. But there's literally rock chairs all over the house, and you'll even notice in the teenager's room she has a rocking chair, and that's only because like I said, I feel like she's a big fan of knitting just like her grandma. Her grandma really got her into it, and then we have this old hallway as well, just to really tie it into the rest of the building. I think a lot of people say that their most forgotten room in the house is their bathrooms, but for me, my bathrooms are not an aftersight. They're probably the first things I do, maybe sometimes last, but they're like something I constantly think about. But hallways are my weakness. I forget so much about hallways, and then when it comes to do it, I'm like, oh, I gotta make a hallway, and I feel like sometimes it doesn't come out like the best it can sometimes. Um, but yeah. And that's basically all of the inside. I used like a rug that didn't match anything in all the bathrooms, and I just love it. This window kind of looks weird from the inside, the one that I placed, because the whole time I was building, it deleted one of the windows again, and I didn't realize, and so, I don't know. It kind of looks weird from the inside. I realized that when I was taking my screenshot, but it's all good. I had a lot of fun. I used a bunch of like knitting stuff. I used the mailbox, and I think this house just screams like grandma's house. Like, this really reminds me of my brother. His grandma is like a grandma. Like, I have a grandma, but she's like tough as nails. Like, she's amazing and everything. But like my brother's grandma, he gives me like major grandma vibes. Like, she is really nice. She's always trying to buy my brother stuff. And my grandma is like that too, but not in the same way. But this is a definite like grandma vibes for me. And like the ones that, I don't know, when I think of grandma, I think of the one from SpongeBob who made SpongeBob and Patrick milk and cookies. And I don't know. That's what I get from this house. And I really had fun doing the backyard. I feel like it's a little empty. I think I just got tired by the end of it, like with the landscaping and everything. The landscaping was beautiful, but like the outside was lackluster. Just because this lot's so big, I was trying to fill it with trees, but then when I get to the backyard, I like completely froze and did not make the perfect backyard, but it's really nice. And I really enjoyed using that path. I think it's from Jungle Adventure. Um, and I noticed that I had to move all these bushes because they're clipping through the fence. So I end up changing that. I put a bird bath in the front. Everything's good. I even looked up the birdhouse from Eco Lifestyle, and that's that's what I got. And I had a lot of fun doing this. The colors were really fun. They're probably the funnest part of it. And I love using like a bunch of bright colors, and not a lot of builds you can do that. And I know a bunch of people hate the bright swatches because they say it's unrealistic to households, but honestly, my favorite builds are the colorful ones because that's how I envision myself like living. That's how my bedroom is. That's how everything. But I get like wanting to be practical. But I swear this house looks like one that I would have grown up on my street, and I would have passed by because an old lady would have been doing her flowers and stuff. And I think it's just extremely gorgeous. It's not the prettiest when you actually see it on the gallery, like the main gallery picture, but I really love the colors. I think they're bright, they're amazing. I don't know, I get a warm feeling when I'm looking at this. I can see a real family home, and I really loved adding those cat posters, like the hang in there in the little office space that they have. But I got some really cool screenshots from this too. Some of them aren't that good, but some are really like on point. And oh my god, I just love this house. It's so amazing. um, I think I'm done hyping myself up. But if you were wondering where you can download this, it's already up. It's at TabiLC, so TabiLC on the gallery. And yeah, I'm Table Simmer. I had a lot of fun making this, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching it. And I hope you guys are staying safe. And I just want to thank you and have a good rest of your day.